As I think about intelligence, learning, and curricula, I realize my ideas have changed over the decades. I was originally trained as a research psychologist in both developmental psychology and neuropsychology, study of the mind, study of the brain. Yet with the passage of time, my work has increasingly been in education. My principal goal has been to use insights about the mind and the brain to help bring about the best possible educational practice. Learning in Mind is a three-part series, bringing together my work in three distinct yet interconnected areas. The first is the idea of intelligence. I look critically at the traditional view of intelligence, or IQ, and introduce the theory that I developed, multiple intelligences theory, or MI. After introducing the theory and describing its scientific implications, I look at various educational practices that follow naturally from MI theory. In particular, I review what MI means for individualized education and for pluralistic ways of teaching. I ask, how can we nurture the various intelligences? I probe the relationships among intelligence, sensory systems, and learning styles. And I suggest how we might best assess the intelligences. Finally, I look ahead to the way in which we might think about a multiple intelligences education in the future. In the second part of the series, I introduce what I consider to be the principal goal of educating the human mind, what I call disciplinary understanding. But what is understanding? And for that matter, what is it not? Why can it be so elusive to attain understanding despite years of schooling? What are the key understandings that we should care about within, but also across the disciplines, and how can those be attained? As our world becomes increasingly interconnected, as it's awash in unprecedented amounts of information, and as we face the most complex problems, we need to consider a new educational challenge, the promise and the pitfalls of interdisciplinary thinking. And as if that were not enough, we'll need to grapple with the fate of the disciplines in a postmodern digital era, a time punctuated by truthiness and Twitter. Finally, I'll present the 5 minds that are most critical for the future. Unprecedented revolutions in biology, technology, globalization, and lifelong learning are shaping the 21st century. In the context of these megatrends, what intellectual and what relational capacities will be required? I'll describe the principal cognitive minds, the disciplined, the synthesizing, and the creating minds. Then, I'll turn my attention to the minds that are key in human relations, the respectful mind and the ethical mind. With respect to these latter minds, I'll review the principal ideas that have emerged from a 15-year study of good work. And then I'll discuss how we will need to change our educational approach so that we can increase the incidence of good work and of good citizenship. Taken together, I hope the 3 presentations in this series will convey a large and integrated vision, not only of evolving ideas about intelligence, teaching, learning, and assessment, but also why, in the last analysis, what's most important is the kind of individuals we want to nurture and the kind of society in which we want to live.